Hi everyone, this is Saman Fatima, and we are back again with another episode with Off the Record with me, Saman. And we'll cover today a different trajectory for me. I being in the central time zone, and we're covering a college and a student, and now a working professional from the Phoenix side. So we're majorly now moving on to the mountain time as well. So we'll have more discussions around, and you might have known if I've mentioned Phoenix. So we know what the university is and what are we going to talk about. So it's about Arizona State University, and we have Madhan here. And I'd really like to welcome him as part of ITSP Magazine podcast. And I let him introduce himself about what he did, where is he, where did he came from, and all of those details. So welcome, Madhan.
Hey, Saman. Firstly, thanks for welcoming me to the Off the Record with Saman podcast. It's been due for a while, right? I mean, we're in talks for almost 2 weeks, time, and then
Yeah.
finally it's happening.
That's
Yeah,
why the mention that we are in different time zones. So guys, it is difficult to get hold of the time zones.
yeah, true. Yeah, completely agree to your point. Yeah. To start with, this is Madhan Vadlamudi. I'm basically from south of India, like Nellore, to be precise, which is in Andhra Pradesh state. If I have to be more specific, people might be knowing ISRO rocket launching center STAR. So I'm just right next to it. I can see rockets flying quite often. I did my bachelor's back in 2016 from Amrita University, Bangalore, and then I was with a couple of companies back in India. I worked with a startup named Bubble Networks for like 6 months time, and then started working as a full-time employee to Capgemini back in 2017, Feb, I guess. Yeah, I was there for around 4.5 years time, and then back in 2021, I moved to US to pursue my masters in Arizona State University, and my majors is in information technology and project management. Focus area is into data analytics and artificial intelligence. So it's pretty much a brief background about me. I'm currently working with CSAA Insurance Group. It's an automobile insurance company. Working as a software developer three, and that's what I'm as of now.
Thank you so much. And that's a really like a fun introduction to know like the roots. And that's really like I wasn't also aware that you're so near to that ISRO rocket center where you could see a lot of things live. So that's something, I also got to know along with the other folks who are watching you right now. So we do not have to talk, like we know a lot of things about Arizona State University. We know it's like at the deserted place and a lot of other things. We would get down to the weather and how things you managed up there. But before we head down to those questions, we'd like to know more about what was your course and how was the curriculum and how were you able to shoot it down that, okay, this is the one course and this is the college that I wanted to go for my master's.
Okay, so there's a bit of background for that. It started back in 2016 only. Soon after my graduation, I thought of coming to US to do my masters, and even that time, ASU was my one of the top universities in my priority list, considering my background and the kind of weather it is here. Like it's little hot here, but I'll come to the point later. Uh, but yeah, so especially with the kind of innovation stuff they do and the curriculums they have, job opportunities and the alumni, like there's some multiple factors involved here. So which I choose ASU as my option, and so to be precise, it all started back in 2016, and then even in 21 when I wanted to pursue masters, there are a couple of things priorities actually. Um, 2016 to 21 things changed. I got married in between 2020. So yeah, this is an interesting topic, which and so me and my wife wanted to do masters together. Back in 2020, we got married and then started a plan to do masters in 21 August. She carries around 4 years of experience, and um, we are more or less same with professional experience. So the thing is, we have to get into same university. It's a planned one. It's a calculated risk, I would say. We applied to similar universities, but we have mind in that we have to get into data analytics into a good reputed university. And ASU has this advantage actually. So they have multiple focus areas. Even we can opt courses from interdisciplinary, like multiple streams. So it's not just sticking to, even though my stream is IT, information technology and project management, I can opt courses from software engineering and computer science. So it got that flexibility. So that's one of the major aspects why I prefer ASU. And yeah, things fall into place. And then we applied to around 5 universities, and then luckily we got admits to all the universities. And this was my top priority, considering the other factors. Like I have a lot of friends over here who came here before, and then they've settled on here. They're working here. They studied here, so it's kind of a smooth ride for me because I know people already here. So that helped me a bit actually. So that was one of the reasons why I opted to ASU. And yeah, so that's about how I what's the reason behind why I'm choosing ASU.
That's a fair decision to make. And just so that everyone knows here, like you did master's course in project management, and the concentration was like more concentration was on data analytics. So do we consider that it was a mixture of, data
Uh,
analytics subjects and project management as well?
it is actually information technology and project management. It's a mix of, it's a mix of both data analytics and project management. So we have to have, like, we have to finish 30 credits to get a master's degree here, and then there'll be three focus like core courses, like you can say five, like three 9 credits you have to do mandatory courses, which are into both management and project management and IT. And you'll be left out with 7 courses where you can choose from electives and even interdisciplinary also. So yeah, you have that flexibility.
Mhm.
Yeah, out of 7, I took 4 from my focus area, which is data analytics. So it was advantage in that case.
That's great. And do we have this course only in fall, or does it only starts in summer? Does it only starts in spring or winter? Like, does it starts like multiple times, or there's just one clear thing that okay, this course only starts in fall or only in summers? Is it something?
Uh, no, no, I mean, it's like both fall and spring semesters, so it's open here. Not in summer though.
Okay.
So you have to, I mean, like end of the day, it's straight off between you want to come in spring or fall, right? Like so, fall have its advantages, spring has its own advantages. Like if you want to be eligible for like internships and all, it's better to come in fall semester, so that there's a in US you have that rule of 9 months. You have to be in this land to land an opportunity, like to start working probably as an intern or like some other way. So that's one way, but it's open for both spring and fall semesters. But people prefer coming in fall, I would say. So
Yeah,
because so we have more opportunities, right? So
I
the more
agree.
number of courses will be available. Yeah,
Yeah, and you did come up in the fall semester as well.
yeah. So it started in back fall 21 August, and then I wrapped up in 22 December.
Okay. So it's like an 18 months course, roughly.
No, actually, it's 2 years, but you can, as long as if you can wrap up your trades, you're good to go. So it's about,
Oh, okay,
so
that's nice.
yeah, I mean, I've seen a girl actually. I mean, she's rarest of the kind. She has completed it in 12 months, I think. Like she did fall, spring, and then by summer she wrapped up. I never know that, but that's a good way to end it because she got an opportunity with Amazon, and she has to start full time soon. So she took, I think she took 4 courses in summer. That was crazy, I would say. But yeah, that was one exceptional case. But I suggest people going for maybe 1.5 year or
Mhm.
probably for the max 2 years.
I agree because I took like actually I took also 4 subject every semester, but it was like divided into mini masters. So like one mini master two, then another mini master two, but in total it was 4. So yeah, can't take 4 together. Like it's more of a pain.
It'll be hectic actually. I mean,
I know,
so
right?
there might be, there might be a scenario you have to take 4 because so consider a case where you have an opportunity waiting for you, probably a full-time opportunity that you have to start in January, and you are left with 4 courses. So people do take the chance, but it's always advisable to plan it before only. No, not at
Yeah.
the flag
It's
end.
more like killing yourself with 4 subjects. I am just imagining it. No, I can't. I can't with those subjects.
No, at least even fall and spring, that's fine. But summer, it'll be too crazy because most of
Yeah.
them it'll be remote courses,
Mhm.
and it's really tough. I know.
And when
Yeah,
you're almost like on the verge that you're almost completing it, and then you take 4 courses, it's like it's like a dream
you'll
life
be
situation.
yeah, you'll be overloaded completely. I would say because you have to have some projects going on at back, and then so you have the pressure of completing 4 grades, and you have
Yeah.
to have proper good grades, right? You can't just do it randomly. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's very hectic. So you mentioned in the starting that you always had plans to come to the United States for your master's. Uh, but we just wanted to know, like, there are other countries as well that we see a lot of students go to, like Canada or, UK or, more towards the Europe side. So just wanted to know, like, what was your criteria to choose US over the other countries? Obviously you told us why you chose ASU, but why was it more of US?
No, to starting with pretty plain simple, like land of opportunities. So you have that have back of your mind, right? I mean, even though people give multiple options, the first one, the topmost would be land of opportunity, the kind of things you get over here. And so even I've made list of 4 or 5 other opportunities also, like Canada, Australia. I have compared them, and end of the day, it's a trade-off between what you get, right? Especially if ASU, I mean USA. Uh, Even after your masters, you get some time to work, where you get some practical experience, or probably whatever the way. Like you have to have some rewards for your efforts, right? So that's what. But whereas in other countries, even I've explored opportunity with Canada and Australia, and to some extent London also, they don't have this flexibility, I believe. So you'll get 36 months in USA, like 1 plus 2 years, but there I would say 2 years, and you have a lot of restrictions, and also like the number of companies plays a big
Yeah,
role, right? I mean, you have to have a good number of opportunities waiting for you. So yeah,
that's an agreed
that's
fact. Yeah, that's what I have heard, like offline and during the podcast as well with a lot of my guests, that apart from all the countries, like US has majority options in terms of the courses as well as compared to other like countries. That's what I saw it for myself as well. And you have a lot of options, like you have a good platter to choose from. Okay, I want to do this, and then I'll have many options, but not every country has a lot of option in terms of colleges or universities or anything of that sort. So that's a fair point there. And considering the point of ASU, we know like the course that you did. So we wanted to know more about, like, were there any scholarships that you were granted, or were there any scholarships that you applied on your end, or like anything that you researched and would like to talk about it?
yeah. I have to be honest with you. AS is a little expensive. That's known fact out there. Uh, Per plate will cost you around $1,600 now. 1,600 one. So 1600. So that is a lot. When I joined, it was around 1,400, somewhere there. But it's actually increasing. But end of the day, uh, it matters, right? If you're going for expensive, or it's not just expensive, the kind of brand value it gives you, right? So the kind of alumni it has, the kind of opportunities it provides. I think if you have good alumni, you have a good chance that you might be getting some better opportunities compared to your peers. Like probably, I spent around like me and my wife spent around 50K USD per head to get our masters done. So uh, maybe you can opt for some like less expensive universities. But uh, when I compared that, right, the trade-off was maybe $10,000 extra, but you get these extra things like maybe the alumni or like part-time opportunities, uh, or maybe if you say climate is one of the main important things. Even though it is Arizona is hot, but that is also a major factor. And you have to know people over here, right? So that is also a few factors. I have a list actually. I made Excel like check marks. If this is matching me, I'm going. It's not just plain that I came to ASU. I have my options uh, that
Yeah.
that worked well with me. So that was one of the reasons. But yeah, coming to scholarships, ASU is little miser on this aspect. So yeah, they do have one major one, New American Scholars University Scholarship, I guess. So if you have a GPA of above 9 back in India, you get around $6,000 scholarship per semester, if I'm not wrong. I can share you the link. I have it handy. Yeah, maybe I can share it. Maybe you can add it to you later. But yeah, even apart from that, if you if you inquire others, right? I mean, like some people even without having 9 GPA also had people getting scholarships, like considering their background or probably if you say they have good experience, professional experience, you would say like multiple factors. It's not just one. It's not your academics. They look into multiple aspects and they may give scholarships. And even once you land here also, if you get a TA position or a position, I've seen people getting their whole semester fees way off. Additionally, you'll be paid for your as a part-time like per TA positions, right? So prime example is my cousin itself. Like her name is Manogna. She got a RA position, I think, in last semester, fall 22, 23 actually. Her entire semester fees got waived off, and she got stipend of per hour $33. I mean, like a uh, part-time fee or whatever money you would say. But it was a crazy thing, right? I mean, in this case, half of your fees is gone, and that will happen even after coming here also. So if you do well in academics, you apply for scholarships. There's always an outside chance, right? So yeah, they do have it.
Okay.
But
And
but yeah,
they
sorry,
don't give,
go on.
sorry, they don't give anything by default to like international students.
Uh, no, not by default. By default, you might get a new American scholarship. So if you have 6 GPA or around 9 GPA, I'm sorry. So 9 and above. But without that, I don't really think there is anything. But once you land here, you have that opportunity. Maybe you can try the other ways, like
Okay.
showing a GPA. And these days, people are fighting actually to have uh, there are three things: TA, RE, and grader. So people just I've seen people on LinkedIn keeping even grader portion also TA and RE. Like there's a lot of difference between three portions, right? TA, RE, and grader is completely different. So these just people are asking even for grader portions also to give scholarship or like fee way off. They're trying to get it. So we have the option like once you come here, but default probably new American scholarship. So is the only thing I believe. But yeah, there would be new opportunities coming up. So maybe you can
Yeah.
check. I'll drop you the link though. Anyway.
Sure. Yeah, that would be helpful. We'll have everything linked like below the video as well. But one more question on the scholarship before we move on to the next section is, do we have like certain provisions that, okay, if you get like a certain GPA in your first semester, you get something in your further semesters, or you get like certain waive off, anything of that kind of a provision if ASU has?
Uh, Not really sure, but there are plans actually. By the time I was graduating, there were discussions happening about this. Like people who have better GPA, like 4 and above, like they should be getting some kind of what do you say benefit or like some kind of scholarship, some kind of additional things for to help them. Even I know that you will get probably $2,000. Some kind of benefit will be there if you have more than 4 GPA. That I got in at my last semester. But yeah, but you have to explore on those opportunities. But didn't really look into it. But yeah, so that's one way.
Okay, thank you. That's really helpful for anyone actually coming up to ASU, so that they can get their head straight that you'd not get a lot of support. Um, if you like, we are all falling into the series where not everyone has that 9 GPA back in India. So you have to prep up better if you're coming to ASU. So that's a fair point. And next is, can you talk about and in like elaborate the process that you went through with ASU, with your the selection process, starting from filling up the application and what all they needed as part of your application, and how things went by, if there were any interviews or any video submissions, anything like how was it for ASU?
With ASU, it's pretty straightforward. But for other universities, there are some video interviews and all used to be there. But I'll talk more about ASU. The thing is, so I applied. I mean, I connected with I don't say consultancy. He's kind of mentor to me. I still talk to him quite often. His name is Arun. He's from Bangalore actually. He has a LLC. It's called EduTrust. People might know it already. He's quite famous back in Bangalore. So I connected with him for at least for the documentation purpose, not for other things. Anyhow, academics or maybe SOPs, LORs, I have it handy. But so how to proceed and all, we are little confused or maybe in kind of doubtful manner. So since it's just not one, it's two. Like me and my wife has to be doing it together, right? So documentation part we left to him, and then he took care of applications. We provided our SOPs. We refined our SOPs. We didn't rely on anyone. We got our LORs, so we have our experience certificates, everything handy. So it's just submitted to ASU, and even application was done by our end only. So I think so. These guys back in India, most of the people are probably if you're going through consultancy, end of the day it will reach to Kaplan, if I'm not wrong. So there's one big entity known as Kaplan. Kaplan will connect with ASU and then they'll file your application. So this is a different process, but I got to know it back then only. But yeah, so whoever come to ASU, if they are from consultancy, probably it might be through Kaplan. So that's one way. And yeah, so um, yeah, that's from application perspective. Like you have to upload your docs. You have to submit like some $75, $60. I didn't really remember the number. Like application fee actually. So yeah, and then we have submitted. Took around maybe 1 month time for to get the confirmation. I think we applied by end of Feb, and we had back in the month of April, I guess. Yeah, we have enough time to prepare for visa interviews also. So we got it. So by mid of April, we got to know we both got admits, and then we proceed for the next steps. And even while applying for I-20, right? Yeah, you get your admit, you have to go for I-20, right? So that's where you have to show your funds and all.
Mhm.
So that's also one aspect actually. So one of the questions you posted me, right? So it was there. So for I-20s, people show money in the bank accounts. You can do in the other way. Like if you have good relationship with one of your banker, right? You can go and ask them like for a approval letter, not a sanction letter. They will provide you so loan approval letter. So that is not that they won't charge you anything for that for sure because I've went through that process. Get that document, probably some 40 lakhs INR or something, and then show it for your I-20. So study will get your I-20 also.
Okay, so going back into the process, how many LORs were asked from the university?
I think it's 3. Yeah.
3.
So most of the universities ask for 3, but yeah, so ASU asked for 3, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, and any test scores that they expected for you to upload along with the application?
Yes, it is required. Few at least one English proficiency, be it IELTS or TOEFL or Duolingo.
Mm-hmm.
So I have IELTS and Duolingo also. Got
Okay.
7 and 7.5. We both got 7.5, similar scores.
Okay.
And GRE was waived off for that period because it's COVID period time, and GRE was waived off, but now they're asking. And you would require, I think, more than 300. I think 310, like based on your profile. If you have experience, they're okay with 300, but if you don't have experience back in India, probably they'll ask for 310, then you're good to. And yeah, scores matter a lot.
So just to recollect everything, so you had to submit 3 LORs, 1 SOP, 1 English proficiency test, and that's all that was needed as part of the application.
It depends on the major. If you are opting for CS, they for sure will ask GRE, so you have to have your GRE.
Okay, got it. And there was nothing like essays or anything that was
no, it's covered in SOP.
Okay, got it. So do you as part of the SOP, do you get like separate questions as well there that you have?
No, you have to tune it, right? I mean,
okay, that ways. Okay, got it.
So you have to do it. I mean, they may not ask you, but you have to show. SOP is where the place you boast yourself, right? I have done this one, this and all. That's the thing. So irrespective whether they ask you or not, but you have to showcase, no?
Yeah, because when I was filling up my application form for my university, so they asked me SOP, LOR, the same test scores and everything, but they also gave us a couple of questions that we had to send out recording us, like a video record for us, and then answering those questions. And they were basically like live questions, and you had to answer it and send them back.
That was there for other universities, I believe. It's for University of Cincinnati had that thing. I know they asked for like video recording, and even Northeastern University also
Yeah,
asked
they
that,
also
I
had.
believe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was more of like you submitted everything, and we are now heading into the section where we talk more about the visa experience and how was it for you, considering you got your admit in April and you had to join it in August. So how was your experience back in 2021 with the appointments and the interview, and how was that for you?
So the primary reason why I connected with Arun, I mean, edutest guys. I mean, I call him Arun Sarun. So Arun Sar is because of his track record of like visa interest. Trust me, I've seen people who got rejected like 4 or 5 times, or maybe 10 times also. He'll make sure you get it right, you get your visa for sure. It's not about. I'm not boasting about him. It's kind of rigorous visa process actually. He'll train you as if you're going for some SD3 position on Amazon. Such hard. So if you're enough to make him satisfied, there are not 100% chance that you're gonna get your visa. So he'll train you such hard. So but yeah, so soon after when I got my admits, it's straightforward process. I have to get my I-20, and then no, as you mentioned, there were no visa slots available. That's peak COVID time. That's actually probably May 21. We got our admits in 2021, April mid. May 2021 was the second wave peak time of India. Like that was the worst period. It's not COVID one was not bad, was not that bad. COVID two, everyone knows it, right? People neglected, and then things became worse, right? So there were time we thought of, is it going to work this time? So we had our doubts. I'll be honest with you. So because it was such bad. We're not getting appointments, and situation is very bad outside. You can't go out anywhere. Like some things you have to get done, right? So then, yeah, luckily, I think one day, I think June 4th, somewhere I remember, we got heads up from USA's. I think that they're gonna not USA's. I mean the immigration that in Twitter channel that they're gonna open slots so for the visa appointments, and then
Mhm.
it was a struggle whole day. We're sitting, the site is getting crashed big time, and yeah, luckily we got our like appointment scheduled for July 1st and July 2nd. Mine was on July 1st, and my wife's was on July 2nd, but it's a different place. I got it in Chennai, she got it in Hyderabad, but yeah, so end of the day, but at least we got it. So we got our admits, and then I mean appointments, and then uh, that whole 1 month, Harun sir literally made us toil hard. Every day we used to have at least, there'll be like, hot seat, right? You might be watching KBC.
Yeah.
It'll be like that only. We'll be segregated into groups, like some 7, 8 guys. People will grill you like anything. Even visa officer, not in his wildest of dream might expect these questions to you. So these guys will ask you those questions, and you'll be
Probably your prep would be very grilling, but your main interview would have been easier.
that's nothing in main intro because all the questions were. I mean, it's by heart for me, and I mean, like preparation should be there, but it's far ahead of what you expect in real interview. So that's how it went. Even if someone is in like they're thinking to about for applying, or maybe they have issues with visa rejections, right? I suggest them going for Arnold sir because he guide you in such a way. So it was really good, and even every probably once in a week I ping him, I ask him like students work. We are like me and my wife were what do you say popular students among him, like exceptional case. He never sent a couple here, and then when we did, so he was like, he'll show us whenever someone have a difference. There was one different case also. One person, I think he's 55 years old. Okay, he came to masters, not in ASU, in the same batch, like our batch 21. His name is Sampath. I still remember him. I think he's doing his PhD now. So imagine a guy who is at 55 and is doing masters. I was like, seriously, yeah,
That's amazing.
it's amazing. No, I mean, like, you got to inspire from such people.
Yeah. And like if we may know, like what were the questions specifically targeted on your main visa day interview?
Yeah, so like main, it's more generic only about why ASU, like and why USA. I mean, like first main question they asked me, and then they asked me about my curriculum, like what courses I opted in my first semester, because you have to have registered for your courses. Yeah, so like you won't get courses so easily. People are so kind of a uh, fight literally for courses. So you have to know which courses are you opting for your first semester, or you plan for a second and third semester also. You have to have that. You're gonna pay $50,000. You have to have a plan ready for that. And, so they asked me about my courses, and that's all. They asked me like a couple of questions about my professional experience, like which company I'm working and how long. Pretty normal, and not many out of box questions. Out of box questions were already explored by my guys. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Okay, and so after that, like um how was your like travel plan? Like you started what date was your onboarding day at ASU? And then if you could just let us know how was when you landed in Phoenix, and how were things? How did you manage up the location and everything else? Like how did the first couple of weeks went by?
Yeah, so couple of weeks. Make that point. Okay, so that is one of the main aspect actually. So people who are coming to USA, I suggest them to come at least couple of weeks ahead of your class starts. So once you land here, I planned it. We planned it actually. So my first day of classes is on August 19th, and we landed here on August 4th. I have my place ready for me because I have people over here. Like my friends were here, so they already um, chose a good place for me, and it's all there. And uh, so it was all available for me. And August 4, I landed straight away. When I came out, it's around 110 degrees. It's around 8 p.m. in Arizona, and it's burning outside. I was like, I'm in a different planet altogether, because back in India we don't see sun after 6 p.m. right? 8 p.m. here, it's still bright, sunny, and even it's pretty hot. So yeah, I still can't forget those days actually. But yeah, so you have to plan. I mean, not for me, everyone actually. I would say plan at least to come here by at least 2 weeks before your classes, right? You have to get your bank accounts open. You have, if possible, you have to get your driving license, or maybe if you come before, you have a chance of getting patents also. Like you can go and explore, talk to people. There, some people might expect you to come in person and do the interview. Not at least patents work that way on in ASO. And here you have a lot of opportunities back then, but now since crowd got increased, it's a little tough now. But yeah, if you plan it well, you get it. We got our patents even back in India only, so we planned it. So we both applied to a lot of ASU internal job roles.
Okay.
We got some jobs. I mean, I worked with a print and imaging lab as a production assistant. So
Okay,
that's cool.
that's good. Like that's a note for everyone that if you plan it way ahead of time, you email the different departments and see what are the open roles and check it through the site. That would be a great help, that you don't have to invest that much time when you come here, and probably invest more time on your settlements and other things, because obviously it's a culture shock when you come from a different country to US. So that's a good point. And considering that you are now graduated, you're done with the course, and it's like an year as well, that it's been close to an year that you're all done with that.
16,
So
16 months to be
okay,
precise.
16 months to be precise. So how was your job search after your course got completed, and how do you want to comment on that one? And how was your university, like was there any role of ASU into that as well?
So ASU does have some job fairs happening quite often, at least probably a couple of them per semester. Uh, uh, but yeah, see, end of the day, it's your profile that matters. So how many? job phase happens in university, if your profile is not good, that good, or your skills is not up to the mark, or your resume is not up to the mark, there are very high chances that you may not end up anywhere, right? So you have to refine yourself, tune your resume good, and then have to apply. So ASU's part in jobs is for my referrals actually, because as I mentioned, alumni plays good role. Like uh, you know, once you graduate or even when you're working, if you go trying to apply for some particular company, you see hundreds of people already working in there from university. Straight away go hit bug one person. I don't say bug, yeah, it's a bad word. But yeah, ping one person, and they're more than happy. As soon as they see ASU, we call it, our mascot is Sun Devil. So this way. So we say, hey, Sun Devil, they're more than happy to say, uh, help you to the core. So yeah, that helped me. I reached to a lot of people actually. So they gave me referrals. Referral is never equal to job opportunity, but it gives you a step, right? At least a
Yeah.
first step you can go ahead and start working on that thing. So yeah, and also there was one thing which I missed actually. So uh, it's not just coming here and then doing part-time, right? I suggest people straight away when you land here, part-times are okay. Try to concentrate more on internships. That's where I made a mistake. So as soon as I got my part time, I just forgot. I didn't forget, but I left that part of internships, applying for internships. Had I applied probably in the month of August only, because they start applying as soon as possible. It's first come first serve in USA, right? So it's not, they won't wait for best candidate. If you fit into their rules, you're good to go. So I wasted around 3 4 months, I believe. August, September, October. I think I started around November end for applying internships. By the time last lot of them got over, and there are very few by the time also. So yeah, even though I applied a lot in spring, I hardly got calls. There are multiple reasons for that. Probably my resume was not up to mark. I didn't tune my resume good, so I was not little lazy to be honest with you. But yeah, but there is a backup plan for me. So I know if I don't get internship, at least we both didn't get internships. We wanted to complete at least one course in summer, so that we'll be getting only 3 in final semester so that we can wrap up. We have our plan set already. Like we want to graduate by December 22, irrespective of what's at that situation. So we graduated. It was tough period. 22 December uh, was the, I would say, was the triggering point of what is these layoffs. I don't say it's a recession. It's not recession, to be honest. Recession is complete shutdown, but it's not recession because banking is in good space. Remain all sectors are in good space except IT. So there are even automobile or maybe electrical. They're getting good jobs, but only in IT sector you are facing some issues. There are multiple reasons. Maybe companies
Yeah.
want, I mean, I don't want to comment on them because everyone has their own things, right? So but yeah, we graduated in 22 December, and then I don't say struggle, we have our plan set. Applying, have to have some strategy. I had my strategy set already, so I used to change them quite often, get as many interviews as possible. Yeah, I got one offer in, we were, to be honest with you, we were riding against the tide at that time. So because people are getting fired, we are trying for jobs. So imagine the situation. And by Janan, we both got offers, but mine went on to hold, but she got her job. So it's fine. And even then after that, I also applied. Yeah, there was some strategies I followed. So
I
done.
guess the time was bad since 2022 because I came in the fall of 2022, and that's when I was applying for my CPT. And it was really a struggling time. I got it in summer and not in spring. So I agree to that point. It was bad back then, like 2022. 2023 was worse as well. But what we see right now is on a different trajectory altogether. Like, uh, everyone has their own strategies. I had my own, and it just used to be adaptive with every change. But still, somehow, this time is not passing by. Like, you still are not getting to that point where we see, okay, there are a lot of positions, people are now getting jobs, but still, we're on to that point that there is still a freeze, there's not much intake in any organizations, and there's some of the other layoffs happening here or there. So we're still into that phase that we're still declining only, because I see a lot of my juniors, a lot of folks that reach out to me on LinkedIn, and probably you as well. And everyone's struggling, like whatsoever, the tricks are somewhere now not working. And 2022 was just like the start of it, that the recession started and we all were into that shell mode. So but it's luckily good for both of you that you people got the jobs more or less like closer to each other, but at least you're into that space that you got it. But the times were really bad. I agree to that point because I was
Um,
there as well.
yeah, so like people who graduated along with me in 22 December, to be honest with you, like some folks are still searching for jobs. I know people are in that phase. Very few got, but yeah, even who got jobs got laid off. And the biggest problem is like happened with Amazon, because ASU from Amazon takes a lot of students from ASU on Northeastern University, UTD. These certain number of universities, they get jobs from Amazon pretty easy, right? Back in 21, 22, a lot of people joined and they got laid off in 23. So they are also into the pool. They are also into the market. They have good experience compared to probably me or maybe some kind of fresher who into the market now, right? So, but yeah, it was tough. But yeah, and also like someone, if someone say that they're not able to get jobs, they're not able to get more interviews. It's more towards their approach actually. If I talk about, see, I see people spending a lot of time on LinkedIn. There is a funny thing, right? Some kind of random recruiter might say, keep like type interested in a chat box, in the comment section. You're gonna get something out of you. How's that even possible? So, and people are filling. I mean, I could see hundreds of comments on that. I mean, interested just doesn't give you any job. Pretty basic thing, right? You have to go and apply. Some random, I don't even, his profile is not at all even complete, that particular recruiter. So I don't, I mean, maybe hard word I would say. I don't apply from LinkedIn. LinkedIn is, I would say around 70 to 80% jobs on LinkedIn are fake. They're not at all existing, to be honest with you. Most of them were posted by consultancies to lure people into their consultancy. So uh, what I do, well, like my strategies was to apply from Glassdoor. So Glassdoor has, you can apply from there. Even I suggest to my juniors also, like apply from there. It's because the number of jobs are very less in Glassdoor, but they're genuine jobs. You can tune your resume, apply for it. I got a lot of calls from Glassdoor if I applied. So that helped me a lot. That was my strategy actually. Even I have made a list of domains that I need to apply: banking, insurance, healthcare, automobile. So each domain I used to set top 10 companies in this domain, and then I used to apply to them. Probably I didn't even apply maybe 10 or 15 per day. So the max probably that's it. Number of applications. So that reduced my count of applications drastically, which way I can spend a little more time on tuning applications. People say I've applied to 2,000 jobs, 3,000 jobs. But where did you apply? Did you apply LinkedIn? Did you apply easy job? That's not the way how I apply. How you won't end up with anything if you do that. So a real job application will be in a different way altogether.
Yeah, that's correct. And I have also seen people, leaning towards a lot towards LinkedIn, but there are a lot of other platforms as well that you should explore. Probably, uh, also going through the main websites of like the career sites of all the organizations and directly go there, get a referral, or probably apply from there directly, and then touch base with who is the recruiter from the same organization on LinkedIn probably, but just not one source, like making LinkedIn as the one source.
I'll tell you how what was the what was my approach actually. I had my domains listed. So 7 days a week, one day, one domain, take a company, check at least. I only have probably one or two jobs in each career space. So if you go through Glassdoor, right, you hardly see probably one or two to the max. You won't see beyond that. Okay, that company, uh, pull out that company name in the LinkedIn, check out people, set like try to reach out recruiters or maybe your alumni. Use LinkedIn for connections, not for applications. I mean, like if you want to apply it through Glassdoor or some other ways. I mean, even career page. So the advantage with Glassdoor is that it guides you to career page only instead of There are few apply quick something is there, but most of them will land up you to career space. So that if the position is not there, that's what we're gonna do. But whereas in case of LinkedIn, right, anyone can, you or me also can post a job. Technically, we don't have anything. So that's what happening. So it's just where people are literally wasting time actually, others' time. So which is not good, and people are not able to catch that point here. So
Yeah,
they're gonna
and
waste too much time.
just to like mention the point, I guess the same strategies would have worked years back, but now the times are different. Now the pool has increased. Like there are a lot of folks who are unemployed, and then every year the fresh graduates are adding up to that pool. So you need to change up your strategies. You need to get out in a more organic way, like career side, or maybe in-person career fairs, or through referrals, or through some summits, like local meetups that you attend, and then you touch base with folks. Anything, but just not sticking to one platform. That may have worked before, but now I don't think so would work.
Yeah, completely agree with you. So strategies won't will be evolving every time. You have to change. You have to come up with new strategies. One, if one is working for you, may not work for the other person. But yeah, uh, you have to build on your own ideas, right? So, but yeah, I,
Yeah.
end of the day, that's to the person's thought
Yes, I
process.
agree. That depends on every person to person. There are people for whom like a particular strategy works up, but for others
Yep.
that doesn't works up. So
Yeah, true.
it's very unique to everyone. So what works for me may not work
May
for.
not work for me. That's
Yeah.
right.
So, but yeah, that's the only thing, that you can just know what is everyone doing, and then deduce how things work up for you. So that's that. So that's a fair point there as well. And just a very fun scenario that I wanted to ask you, to the time when you came here for your masters, that one situation, like let's just limit to one situation each, that whatever you thought back from India, that okay, this thing would really be a mess for me, and let's just work for it, but it went like a cakewalk. And one thing that you thought would be a cakewalk, oh, that I would easily do it, but that was a big mess up here when you came up, like something like which became opposite to each other.
Uh, I'll talk about messing up things actually. I mean, like, so internship was one thing. So I thought was it would be a cakewalk for me because the kind of experience I have, like, I'm carrying some bit of experience, right? So I think it's around 5 years if I'm not wrong. So when I joined the masters, so I thought it will be cakewalk for me, but things went upside down. Didn't work out. But even in that case, I have my backup plan ready for me. So if things go well, I'll go for industry. If not, I'll do one course so that my coursework will be easy for my third semester, so that I can wrap up in December 22. And not in India, but here, right? When I graduated, I thought that I won't be getting jobs so easily. So I thought it's gonna take me around 6 months time easily because it was such bad actually. So bad is a very small word. I would say disastrous. Uh, uh, Couple of months, proper strategy every day, having a proper routines like wake up, uh, go for a walk, take coffee or whatever you like, and then apply, study for some time, talk to people. Maybe I'll hit gym most of them every day, or I'll play badminton. So routine was set. I know it's just around the corner, but there was always this doubts right in your mind whether is going right or not. Until end of the day, you get that offer. Yeah, it's yes. You won't be knowing, right? So I thought probably December when we graduated, like it's not going to be. We're not going to be in a good place for next few months. I expect we to get jobs maybe around June somewhere, but it was the other way around. We got it early actually. I thought the struggle would be even more harder, but yeah, uh, I don't know whether I'm lucky, whether things worked out, whatever. But at the end of the day,
No,
it was
it's
good.
I guess what I've heard so far about your journey, and what everyone would think as well. See, it's always a mixture of luck and hard work. And we see the hard work, like everyone does that, but it's just, the times, that are not good, or that do not work fine for you. So it's just the both, because without hard work, I don't think so you get anywhere actually. So that I could see with all the conversations that we did, that was there. And obviously there was a bit of luck factor as well.
So hard works, I mean, I don't know, I mean, like people generalize it with hard work, but I would say have a proper routine. Like if you have a proper routine, things will fall into place eventually. People say, people talk about doing things out of box, or like why to have out of the box things? Just keep everything in your box only. So like pretty normal thing, right? I mean, have to if your body is fresh, your mind will be in good space. I used to get rejections like every day, the day before I apply 10 jobs. The very next day I used to get rejection. I was like, it's okay, fine. Uh, I used to search for any feedback in those rejections. I used to take those advantages, right? So uh, there was one more strategy. Like every Monday, I don't know whether people know it or not. LinkedIn has 150 limit count for sending invitations, right? So by Monday afternoon, my 150 will get over. So every week
Same.
before a week only, my I know whom I have to send up. I mean the connection request because recruiters all on me. So I have my list ready, sent it. By probably 2 days or 3 days time, I hardly used to get at least 10 or 15 requests accepted, and probably one or two people will be replying back. That's all I need. I'm more than happy because someone is reaching you, right? It's not just job. They may guide you to some other place. Some folks, right? A couple of folks from I think FactSet, CVS, I think Discover. These recruiters really helped me. I mean, like, it's not just job. They told me how can I approach. So that is also one thing, right? I mean, there was failure, but there is success in that failure also. Use that thing as your tool. Like
Yeah.
that's one thing.
I know it's a difficult time emotionally. It depends on how you cope up with it. But I just want to say, like, there's no other option. Like, you can't cry on it every day. You have to get stronger. And that's what I've learned from this country. Like, it does make you that you have to, hustle every day, like for everything, for anything. So if one day you just sit and cry, it won't come back to you. Like, if crying would have helped, I would have gotten zillions of offers. Like, I can say it out and loud right now, but that will not help you. You have to get up every day and you have to be consistent with your routine. And that's where your hard work pays off. That, okay, you have been consistent and you have been doing it every day. Someday it would, come back to you, but not crying or, cribbing or ranting would help.
Exactly. I mean, like crying doesn't take you anywhere. Like rather than wasting time and crying, use the crying period to apply for a job or like learn something, right? Do something. Go. Maybe I'm boasting myself, but yeah. So my step count used to be 15,000 or 20,000 while I was applying jobs. Daily step count. It used
Nice.
to be that crazy, right? Every
Yeah.
day morning 1 hour, every day evening 1 hour. I used to talk to people that time. My walking period is like there's something walk and talk I do. So if there is a meeting, I do it through car through like walking on, right? And that helped me to set my routines also. And as I mentioned, hustle every day. So when you sent me this questionnaire, right, I made my notes like what to talk. One of my point is that only in a land of opportunities, infinite opportunities, I would say, you have to hustle every day to move to the next level. Things won't come to you. They won't keep you in a platter. You have to go and fetch that. It is there. It is available right in front of you. Go and grab it, but put your effort. Grabbing that thing is it shows your efforts, right? So you have to go and get that thing.
I agree. And couple of quotes that really make sense for, when you leave your own country and come to a new one. And, when you have to study, you have to cook, you have to clean, you have to search for a job, and then other things also have to fall in picture. It just looks glittery from outside, but, we are working for it every day. Like, for example, right now we're sitting off our work hours, like in between our work hours, I would say. And we're doing this just because, we could also help the community back. And this is how, you fit in a lot of new things in your routine as well. So that's what I have felt, and what I guess everyone has come here and talked as well, that, you know this country really teaches you a lot, and you become that positive, and, from all those struggling periods, and then you know the value of what you have gotten, and that's the opportunity and everything.
Completely, this country is built on a basic moral, actually. Survival of the fittest. If you're strong enough, you're gonna survive here. If you're not, if you're weak, this is not the place for you. Maybe I'm not saying, I'm not discouraging anyone, but that's how things work here. Like, you have to be aggressive, you have to be proactive, you have to take chances. As simple as that. Like you mentioned, right? This thing, like you get chances here and there, and then grabbing it.
Yeah.
So, or maybe every small thing is a chance. Someone, I would say, like
Yeah.
right from choosing your roommates when you got to admit, right, to
Mhm.
the time you graduate, everything is a chance. So you always have chances, but you have to grab them. You have to take right chances. That's
Yeah.
where it was. If it is like 51-49, I'm more than happy to go for it. Like, I don't want 80 or 90. It should be 51, because you never know that 51 can turn to 90 or 95. So like, even while coming here, like a lot of people told me, like, no need to. We're doing well back in India. Like, we both are working. We both married, recently married, actually. So we got our money. That's nothing. But we're like, I don't want to get settled for small things. It's not just about money. I want to change. So it's okay. Let me explore this opportunity also. Why should I? I'm glad that my wife is also on same line. So we work together. That was one good thing happened for me. Like, since we are in the same place, right? Cooking, cleaning, part times, everything we used to do together. Like, I mean, as I mentioned, you
One is better
right, right?
than two. Yeah, that I
Exactly.
would totally agree.
So we don't communicate. We don't have schedules. You do cleaning, I do cooking. They don't like that. If I clean, she cooks. If she cooks, it just goes all the way. At least 50% of my things got sorted over there only. I have a good partner at my room, at my home. So it's not as for me as easy for the others. I know, like the bachelors, it's tough for them. I know if they're freshers, they might not experience this culture altogether. They don't know what to eat. They don't know how to cook. It's tough. But so generally, I would suggest people coming over here, like, have at least worked for a couple of years back in India. That would really give a chance. It's not about professional experience, so that will teach you how to manage your finances also, like how to deal with things, right? So you have to have that knowledge of handling things. So right after we come to after batches we come here, right? Get You'll be facing hardship because people will be with different mentalities. You have to get accustomed to them. You have to be flexible. So it's not pretty easy, but
Yeah.
uh, and as you mentioned, things are flashy on Instagram. I don't believe all those
They'll
things.
still be, I just wanted to say, they'll still be flashier and glittery on Instagram. We'll never show you the bad side of it. Never.
Flashy things are only 5%. Someone, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, only that moment, right? I mean, these days people are showing the reality also. Some people are doing really good content, thinking that US is not about going for hikes, taking selfies, and posting it on Instagram. You have to do a lot of stuff. Things are changing, I would say. I'm not active user of Instagram. I hardly use it, probably once in a week for 10-15 minutes. I don't have it on my mobile also. But yeah, so off topic. So, but for the people who are coming, right, don't get uh, like attracted by things that's been shown on Instagram. So it's not that it
Agreed.
don't work that way. So
Because it's a
you have
very
to.
big investment that you make. And it's something that you're investing it for 2 years or 3 years, and then things come out for you. So yeah, I guess that was a fair discussion of talking about, how you have to deal up with a lot of things here. And it's just not one or two or three. There's a lot of things you get in a platter that you have to deal with. So that mental strength and everything has to be there. Or it just, you have to be ready to develop it all through that time. So I guess that was a great discussion, and we have discussed a lot about ASU, and I guess that would be a great help to a lot of folks. So before we end this podcast, any last parting words for the students who are wishing to come to ASU? Anything that, as part of the alumni group, you want to share?
Uh, so for it's not just about ASU, be it in industry, I would say. Do your own research before coming to USA, because there is no return back flight so easily, because there'll be a lot on your head, which you can't even imagine. The kind of pressure or the emotional stress you have it here, it's enormous. There is no measure. There's no quantity to measure also. So So do your proper research before coming here. And yeah, so and even after coming here also, it's never going to be easy. People who come here before 10 years also, they're still struggling. So things won't be easy. Uh, Come with flexible mindset. So you have to adjust with things. You have to get along with people, get used to here. Then things will fall into place. And be proactive. Talk to people. Like learn new things. Like so. My motto should be more about being flexible. Like so, the more flexible you are, it's not just about changing your goal or anything. So the way you approach should be flexible. Like even the goals can be changed though, but yeah, but approaches should be flexible, and you have to be here, have to have that mentality that so I have to get this thing done. Things will fall into place, I would say. Yeah.
I agree.
um, ASU, if you're coming here, try to get we would see 115 120s very often, at least in this was the thing I should be talking at the first, but yeah, Arizona is hot. Arizona is really hot. And by the way, it's not desert, by the way. So it's assumption. It's not desert. It's terrain. It's mountains. We call it as valley. So it's like bowl shape. So a lot of heat will be inside the bowl. So that's why it's more hot. It's dry heat. It's not like India, where you get a bit of sweat or tan or all easily. But here, it's more towards dry heat. It won't make you tan, but it will make your skin burn like anything, like you keep your hand on your stove, right? Feels like that only. But you'll be fine. Probably only 3 months, June, or maybe May, June, July, or August, the max 4 months. If you, I don't even say struggle because we don't be outside 24/7, right? Only unless until we have something, we go out. Like people who talks about Arizona talk about heat also. It's not that bad here. It is good only. We are surviving. People are surviving from 1900s only. So we have ACs running throughout the time. So it's pretty good. And it's I like Arizona. I mean, I moved to Florida for 5 months last year because of my wife's job. Actually, we both are working remotely. I mean, but our company asked her to be there for a few months, so we been there. Florida is beautiful, but Arizona is my home. So everyone who is coming to Arizona, you are most welcome. This is a nice place. It's not what people show, what people talk about. Is it hot? It's not like that. You can manage.
Great. I guess you clarified my doubts as well, that it's not a desert. Like, I should not say much. I'm from Texas, like right now, so we get the most of the heat as well here. So good luck to both of us. The summer days are coming for us over 105, 110 degrees. But rest assured, I really want to thank again for you taking out time discussing all these things. And we'll have your LinkedIn profile below the description so that everyone could reach out to you and have more questions which we may not have discussed here, but they could discuss with you personally. And thanks to everyone who was watching, and stay tuned for more episodes on the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye bye.